Hello, college football. This is Pudgge and The Fridge back for another week. We have, I guess, gotten past week 2/week 3, depending on who you're rooting for.
Or if you're the SEC, we're still waiting for week 1.
Yeah,
but anyway.
Still waiting for week 1, so we'll keep that updated for you guys. It was a great week of football. Finally some Thursday night football as well for the NFL.
It felt like a normal weekend almost. Still some things missing, but it got much closer to that feeling. So,
and that's really all we can really hope for is just a return to normalcy. There were some things that that were supposed to happen today, haven't happened yet, but we'll get to that a little bit later. When we were doing the pre-record, you said something that I was wanted to say for the podcast.
Iowa State.
See,
tell me where you're at now, sir.
I mean, I still think they are they're still the competitor in the Big 12 anyways.
It's Texas, Oklahoma, that's it.
I didn't have them
Nobody else matters in the Big 12 right now.
I didn't have them as the college football playoff contender or anything, but I was talking with Kyle yesterday because we went to Wings and Wings.
Was he crying?
He was a little upset, and then his Colts lost yesterday as well. So it was a horrible first week for him. But he's done with football, you know, he says. So
I got 1 win and no losses. I'm happy this weekend.
Yeah.
That's right, Kyle. You pick some winners. You feel a little bit better next time.
But yeah, that was just shit show in Ames over there. That was something else.
Like it'd be one thing if they lost, like how Kansas State lost a close game, last second play or something. They got dominated by the Raging Cajun.
They didn't play good at all.
No,
Iowa State. No,
I'm not even sure what happened. Like, do they care that they need the fans that much just to play decent at home?
Apparently.
Like, if I'm Iowa State, I'm somewhat embarrassed by that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're the Big 12, you're embarrassed this past weekend, right?
The Big 12 is not looking good. You have 2 teams right now, and you're hoping for the best. So, I mean, West Virginia, they play good, but they didn't play anybody, but they play good.
Yeah, so the Big 12, you had Oklahoma winning 48-0 over Missouri State. Texas 59-3 over UTEP. Louisiana, as we mentioned.
Sam Ehlinger, I'm sorry. I know you hate the guy.
He's a little bitch.
He may be, but he performed like a big bitch.
Okay, you know what? Talk to me when he plays a good defense.
Well,
which won't happen in the Big 12.
He had career highs for games in the first half.
Well,
for touchdowns and passing yards.
To be fair, that's what happens when you play UTEP, I guess.
Well, last guy will stay, how that feels.
To be honest, Louisiana would probably wipe the floor with UTEP. I mean, they were a solid team last year, coming off a I think they had a bowl win. But
you say that now, and UTEP comes down and beats them later in the year. Somehow they play.
Yeah. But then, West Virginia, as you said, destroyed Eastern Kentucky. Arkansas State came from behind and was able to pull off the late upset on Kansas State. Somebody I want to talk about real quick, that Jonathan Adams for Arkansas State, 8 receptions, 98 yards, 3 TDs.
You look like a beast out there.
That kid.
What was that? The catch on the sideline.
Yeah,
I can't think of what that was, but that was a great catch by him.
And they said on this broadcast too, with what's happening now with some of the Big Ten and Pac-12 not playing right now, it gets these games to be on national TV,
that is
and
true.
You get to see some of these kids.
Oh yeah.
In a normal season, you wouldn't have seen this happen live, but man, he was something else. And Texas Tech almost lost to Houston Baptist.
Oh my God.
35-33. I mean, this looks like it was a Big 12 barn burner because Bailey Zappe, sorry if you're a Houston Baptist fan, I don't know how to pronounce that, 30 for 49, 567 yards, 4 touchdowns.
That's like, what was it?
Oh,
man, those old school Texas Tech days.
Yep. Josh Stearns, the leading receiver, 5 receptions, 209 yards.
Oh my God. How many touchdowns?
2.
Just chucking up to him 50 yards down the field.
Yeah, but here's the thing. They only had 10 points at half, Houston Baptist. They scored 23 in the second half.
Dude, Texas is gonna wipe the floor with them in a couple weeks.
Something that I was actually secretly really enjoying while I was watching it late last night. It was the Big 12 After Dark because we don't have Pac-12 After Dark this year.
Sounds interesting.
Coastal Carolina thoroughly dominated Kansas.
Yeah.
There was a 14-point third quarter, but I don't think Coastal Carolina was ever in doubt of losing that game.
And they still put up more points than Iowa State.
Yes.
So I'm going to take my shots.
That defense of Coastal Carolina, man, that was something. Their Kansas's line could not handle it. They had no time to throw. It was just something of a thing of beauty. And let me tell you, that Kansas, or not the Kansas quarterback, Coastal Carolina's quarterback, true freshman, I believe, Grayson McCall. He was pretty solid. They run that option type offense out there, and it was a thing of beauty to watch.
Dude, I love the old school football like that.
Yeah, something you don't quite see a lot, but if it's run very well, it
can
looks
be very
beautiful.
successful. I mean, we've seen it time and time here over the last few years. Navy's had a couple of good seasons. I think Georgia Tech's still running it, right? They haven't switched out from that, have they?
I don't think so.
Yeah, and they've had some decent seasons from here. And, not saying they've won any ACC titles with it, but it's still pretty solid stuff when you run it correctly. It's hard to, you're very one-dimensional, so it's hard to do anything else. But that was a great pass by Daniel Jones. Interception.
Oh, yeah, he's the best quarterback. Well, I mean, let's... sorry, got a little distracted there.
Yes.
They had the Monday Night Football Game 1 going on, which is interestingly enough being called by Kirk Herbstreit and... I can't remember if it's Chris Fowler or the other guy. What's his name?
Who's the other guy? The night.
Reese Davis. Yeah, I always get those two confused. Chris Fowler and Reese Davis. I don't know why.
It was a Notre Dame game yesterday.
Mike
Saturday.
Tirico, yeah.
And the color commentator, Tony Dungy.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
Yeah,
it was a little weird.
It was very unexpected.
Also, Notre Dame is totally overrated still. Ian Book, worst quarterback ever. I mean, the Golden
I thought they had a
Domers.
chance to lose that game the way it started out.
27-13, yeah. It was something else.
But it was only 16-13 in the third quarter, though. Notre Dame had to do something in the last quarter to freaking pull that one out, man.
Easily the best.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
My dark horse.
Yeah.
Shutout.
Oh, yeah.
Shutout.
Yes, a shutout against Austin, PA.
Hey, you know what? Texas didn't shut their team out. Oklahoma didn't shut their team out.
Oklahoma did shut out them, didn't they? Yeah, 48-0.
I watched part of that game. I thought they scored, but that might have been Texas game.
The second best game I watched. Well, this was the most entertaining game I watched over the weekend. Was the UTSA Roadrunners and Texas State Bobcats. This game was something
WB
else.
Cartoon going on.
Something else. 24-7 at half.
Yeah.
UTSA. Texas State scores 20 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
20 points, you say? How does that happen? Well, they score a touchdown, and then they have a 80-some yard punt return for a touchdown with a minute 15 left, and an extra point would give them the lead. What does their freshman kicker do? Hooks it.
Dude, look, he pushed it.
Yeah.
He pushed it right.
And
way right, too. That wasn't even
And the funny part is that the Roadrunners weren't kicking to the Texas State return guy all game.
Yeah.
Then, for some reason, they kick it to him, and that's what happens.
Yeah.
And then, in overtime, Texas State's kicker comes out again to try to give him a 3-point lead in the second overtime. Misses it again.
Pulls that one left.
I feel so bad for the kid. UTSA gets
He might be losing a scholarship if he had one.
UTSA gets the game winner, 51-48 for the barn burner of the week. Oh. But man, that was a very entertaining game.
Listen, you almost feel bad for the kid, but it's one thing if it was one kick. Mm-hmm.
Multiple kicks.
Yeah, you missed multiple kicks, and one of those was a simple extra point to potentially win the game, depending on how the rest of the game would have went.
So
that's a bad beat. beat, as Scott Van Pelt likes to say.
Yeah. So would you say the second worst showing of the week would be Florida State, I guess? With the way they lost,
it's up there. I don't know. Second, it's tough. It's tough.
It's losing 16-13 to Georgia Tech, and man, Florida State had it going early, but then
it was a conference opponent. I'm not it wasn't a great loss by any means, but it's not worse than Iowa State. It's not worse than Kansas State.
Yeah.
I was about ready to say almost not worse as Notre Dame, but they
won.
Yeah. Well, they figured themselves out in the last quarter. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. The ACC it looks just barely above the Big 12 right now. Yep. You're gonna have Clemson and pretty much nobody else. My dark horse won significantly, but it's not like they played anybody worth a crap. So I don't know. I would be nervous if I was an ACC fan, unless I'm a Clemson person. So
yeah. Other than that, there's not really much I wanted to talk about for that week. We're still gonna have a short slate of games again this week.
Oh yeah.
We don't get any college football until Friday. Coastal Carolina and Campbell. Ooh, the games.
Yes.
Because the Houston Memphis game was postponed.
Yep.
That due to COVID, obviously. Some other games we've got. Tulsa, Oklahoma State, Austin, PA, Cincinnati, Louisiana going on the road to Georgia State. See, this is what would happen is now Louisiana's going to lose because they had such a big win. That's what happens, right? Your dark horse Pittsburgh.
They're ranked though, even.
Yeah, you're. Without half of college football, it's kind of easy to, I guess. But
as I said, this is a year we're gonna get a non-Power 5 in the playoff.
Syracuse travels to Pittsburgh. See how if Pittsburgh can keep up their goodwill.
Dark horse, let's go.
Liberty and Western Kentucky, Navy and Tulane, Boston College and Duke, Houston, Baylor. Houston replaces Memphis with Baylor.
Houston's on there twice. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. App State and Marshall. South Florida, Notre Dame. Stephen F. Austin and UTSA. Charlotte and North Carolina. UCF travels to Georgia Tech. That could be a good game.
I think that would be a good one.
Florida Atlantic, Georgia Southern.
That would be a chance for Georgia Tech to prove that they are actually a little bit legitimate instead of just a fluke win over a not so great Florida State team apparently.
Yeah.
So.
And then you have Clemson's hardest game of the year against the Citadel.
This just reminds me of the old Alabama game that's the
week before the Iron Bowl.
Oh yeah.
They don't get that luxury this week. They get to play a real schedule now.
Yeah, exactly. Clemson's going to replace it now.
Yeah. Troy and Middle Tennessee, Southern Methodist and North Texas. Central Arkansas.
That could be decent.
Yeah.
Southern Methodist, they're going to throw the ball over the field.
The fun and gun option.
They're just going to try to put up 60 points. But North Texas is for the team in their conference, they're a decent team. So that would be an interesting one to watch.
Central Arkansas and Arkansas State.
The battle for Arkansas.
A game that I think could be very entertaining. Miami and Louisville, Saturday night, 6:30.
I picked Miami to cover this weekend. I did a parlay.
2.5. But you're taking that
before this last weekend. The last week's game.
Oh, okay.
They were favored by 15. I thought it was going to be a cakewalk. I look at the end of the first half, and they're only up by a couple points. I'm like, this is why I never bet you, Miami. It's UAB.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be one of the better teams for what we have available, and you're very disappointing once again. So, I don't know. That's just because of the way the season is. Those teams are very highly overrated right now.
True.
You're really going to have Miami and Louisville ranked if you had the Pac-12 and the Big Ten playing?
No, probably not.
And potentially more SEC teams that they were these why do top 25 this year? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Is there an argument for it? Do you have an argument to do the top 25?
No. To be honest, I don't have an argument for the top 25 anyways with the college football playoff rankings.
Yeah, if they did it throughout the season, which I kind of don't understand why they don't do it.
To be fair, I think it should replace the regular rankings because that's at the at the end of the day, that's the only rankings that are going to matter.
Yeah.
People only remember the top 5 teams. Nobody's going to remember the last 20.
Like, nobody cares about the top 25. They just want to know who's top 4 to maybe top 6 in the playoff rankings because you want to see who the first couple out are because it's like, oh, we need to extend the playoff.
The only time they ever care, even in the stands, is when the PA guy goes there. You don't hear him go, and here's your 25th ranked Iowa State Cyclones. They only go like if it's like number 1 or something. That's the only time they really say anything.
The top 5 or something. Crap there or something.
It's nothing to write home about. Then you finish the day up with a couple other games. Texas State, UL Monroe.
I'm sad it's not playing again is BYU Army.
Yep, it's
I think that would have been a good one.
Yep, Virginia Tech could have been a good one. Bronco Mendenhall, Virginia, former BYU coach.
I got a soft spot for Virginia.
Yep.
That's where I was born, but it's hard to see them do anything. They had every once a decade they have a good team. It seems, but it's very far and few between. So another one of those ACC teams. So
then Wake Forest, North Carolina State, Abilene Christian, UTEP.
The Wake Forest and NC State could be an interesting one.
It could be.
In-state rivalry game.
Yeah.
We could see some good things happening there. So,
but I mean,
there's a few games to watch this week.
Yeah.
That's the limit of where we're going to be picking at for anything that we pick this week because just.
We forgot to do last week.
We did. But to be fair, we're getting it back into it.
Yeah.
We can do it this week.
Yeah, we can.
We just got to figure out the games we want to do it for.
I mean, with a limited amount of games, we might as well do them all. For at least this week, because it's going to be limited again this week. So
I'm sorry, there's some of these games I have no interest in picking.
It doesn't matter. Just flip a coin, man.
Ah, God.
We're not going to
can't process that.
We're not going to take it serious until next week when, SEC plays.
We got 2 weeks for that one.
Shit, yeah. That's right. 26.
2 weekends because they won't be here this weekend and the weekend after that they play.
During that, all I saw during the NFL games was coming September 26th.
Yeah.
LSU, Mississippi State. Dude, you are promoting something that's going to happen in a couple weeks.
Dude, Fox Sports was doing that too with the Big 12. The Big 12.
I'm
because they were trying to sell up the Texas Tech, and whoever Oklahoma was playing. Yeah. I can't think. I think it was Kansas State for that one. They were selling that 2 weeks out. I'm like, is that how desperate we are right now with this football? Like,
apparently,
I get it. I want my football as well. Lord knows how much we want Nebraska football, but you can't even advertise the current week. That's how bad the week is. Mm-hmm. When the networks aren't even advertising.
Yeah, exactly. You have an entire point there, man. But what we'll go ahead and do, we'll just do a quick run through of some picks.
I'm not even gonna pick Friday. Are either of us picking Campbell?
No.
Especially after the way they played Kansas.
No.
All right. Well, that's one.
So we're both picking.
So I do have a question. On ESPN, you cannot click on Tulsa. Is there a reason behind that? Do you know?
Wait, really?
I can't click on Tulsa.
I can.
Really?
Yeah.
That's blocked out for me.
Tulsa Golden Hurricane.
Yeah, they're a FBS team. I don't know why I can't click on it. So,
well, maybe that's what Chromebook is doing. Maybe it's secretly telling you that Tulsa hates Chromebooks. I don't know.
Oh no, that's weird. Okay, now I can click on it. Whatever. Anyway,
Tulsa, Oklahoma State. You got Tulsa, right?
I want to see him win, but although to be fair, what is home field advantage this year too?
Yeah.
I mean, there's some teams that have some fans, but it's which. I gotta say, the marching band spread out over 6 sections.
It's so weird.
Yeah, I understand it, but it just seems It seems moot at that point. Like, it doesn't seem like it's doing anything.
And a quick interjection here. I'm going to be so fucking happy when the election's over. I'm sick and tired of these political ads. I get tired of them every 4 years, man.
Well, every 2 years with some of the local stuff.
It's just annoying, and I'm just done. Like,
hey, our boy Trump was trying to get the Big XII back into it.
Everybody taking shots at everybody else. It's just a fucking bunch of bitch ass pussies. That's what it is. Well, wow, that was a little aggressive.
Wow,
might have to cut that one out.
Slightly. Just that part. Leave the rest of this in.
Yeah. We're not going to do the Cincinnati game. There's no point. To be fair, I mean, I'm okay. Nebraska's not playing them this year. I was a little worried about that, to be honest.
Well, that would have been a good early season matchup to really give us an idea of what to expect. Mm-hmm. And the Steeler kicker just kicked it out of bounds. How do you kick it out of bounds?
You get paid to do that. That's your job, and you kick it out of bounds.
Yeah. Go back to the XFL.
Yeah. Louisiana, Georgia State.
Did you put it down for Cincinnati? If we're picking every game, we might as well lose.
Oh, we are going to then? Okay, we can do it. Let's do it then.
You said every game, so we might as well. I'm going with Georgia State.
You're going with Georgia State?
I'm going to go with the upset.
Just to make the Iowa State loss look worse?
Well, that, and to me, it's still a coin flip. Like,
true.
Louisiana's... If any other year, Louisiana is not ranked.
Well, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, to be fair...
And they're top 20. Not even top 25. They're top 20.
So here's something that I find very interesting. So there is one team that's, I think, receiving votes, I want to say, or is ranked, that isn't playing football.
Well, yeah, they're still gonna keep doing it.
No, they were said that if there was teams not playing football, they would be removed.
They're supposed to be.
Yes, but you want to know the funny part about it is, there's only one team that is receiving votes. Where's that at?
Are you talking coaches poll or AP?
AP. And that is Air Force.
They got a vote?
They have 2 votes. Why? I don't know, but they have 2 votes.
I mean, maybe because of the...
But they're the only people they're playing are Army and Navy.
So they're still playing.
Yeah, but I just find that hilarious. First off, who's putting them in the top 25?
It's probably a homer to military thing. That would be my guess.
And how about Kentucky getting in the top 25 without even playing a game, man?
Well, it's a fucking SEC love, dude. Like,
I know, right? Sucking that. Oh God.
Dude, how... It's going to be so saturated.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. Here's how many teams we got. We got SEC.
Jesus.
We got Alabama, Georgia, Florida, LSU, Auburn, A&M, Tennessee.
That's over half the conference.
And Kentucky. That is 8. That is over half the conference.
That is disgusting.
ACC. You got Clemson.
ACC and Big 12. You can put them together.
Notre Dame, I guess. Oh yeah, ACC. Let's put together ACC and Big 12. Clemson, Oklahoma.
See if they can match the SEC at this point.
Clemson, Oklahoma.
That's 2.
Notre Dame.
That's 3.
Texas.
4.
Oklahoma State.
5.
Miami.
6.
North Carolina.
7.
Louisville.
I got 8. So they tied them.
Virginia Tech.
Oh, jeez.
9.
Is
Pittsburgh.
that it, though? 10. So, 2 conferences, the other 2 Power 5s have just 2 more than the SEC, and the SEC has not even stepped on the field.
ACC and the Big 12 have 10.
What?
SEC has 8, and they haven't started football yet. So that's 18 out of your top 25.
Yeah.
Here's the other... These are the other teams you got. Appalachian State, Sun Belt Conference.
Everyone loves them after the Michigan
Army,
game.
Independent. BYU, Independent. Louisiana Lafayette, Sun Belt Conference. Memphis, AAC. UCF, AAC. Cincinnati, AAC.
Jesus.
Like, I mean, to be fair, there's going to be if a group of 5 team doesn't make the college football playoff and there's a strong case for one, like you're not going to have...
Unless the Big Ten and the Pac-12 come back and play football in enough time to be included in the college football, then it'll probably kill it. But
to be fair, I think the group of 5 team has to be undefeated. I can't...
More than likely, yeah, but... we've seen what happens with the ACC and the Big 12. Like, they're going to be so top 2 or 3 team heavy, and the rest are just going to be crap.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's how it is with a lot of conferences now, unfortunately.
Yes and no.
With Big Ten, who's anybody going to put... Can anybody stand next to Ohio State? Obviously it doesn't matter right now because we're not playing.
I can't...
fuck you,
Michigan would have a team, but they never can compete with them, it seems like. Wisconsin's probably a team up there.
Harbaugh.
Iowa's a decent team.
Ohio State is to Harbaugh as what Wisconsin was later on in Bo Pelini's years.
Yeah.
No matter that started with the 2012 conference championship game. When that happened,
Penn State's another one too.
Yep. It's just the top
something
half happens.
The top half of the Big Ten is pretty competitive.
Yeah.
I'm not even counting Nebraska in that. The top half of the Big Ten is competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would say the Pac-12 doesn't come back, the Big Ten does. There's a good chance you could have six teams ranked in the Big Ten, possibly 7.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nebraska's winning it all. Got it. Yeah.
I mean, throw them in.
No, here. So I figured this out. This is the real reason the Big Ten's canceled football this year. Nebraska was going to win the Big Ten this year.
Oh my God!
And they couldn't have that happen.
Conspiracy theories.
So that's why they did that.
Who's behind that? Desmond Howard?
Yeah. Yeah.
Michael Wilbon?
He's a little bitch. They both are bitches. I hate him.
I'm going to go back to Northwestern.
Yeah. What has Northwestern ever brought to the conference? Sure, they won a division.
Smart people.
So, okay, here's a question I got to ask you.
They won a division and they got dominated like we did.
Here's a question I want to ask. You know how big of a drought Nebraska's been going for conference championships. Yeah. Would you take... What happened to Northwestern? A division title.
You mean 2009? Or not?
No, I'm talking about in the Big Ten. In the Big Ten.
2012.
Yeah. So
would you take that year over a national title? Is that what you're saying?
What I'm trying to say is, would you like what happened to Northwestern? Say, either in Scott Frost's first year, we go to the conference championship game, get boat raced, and then go to the bottom half of the conference the next year, just to say, hey, we made it. Because I don't think, they made it to the conference championship game, but to be fair, it's like it's the one pony. Every pony gets his day, I guess. But like,
that's tough.
I don't think it's worth it.
To be fair, is it worth it having Pelini getting United win the season, but doing absolutely nothing with it? And that's the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah,
you're not getting the championship.
Sure,
you're not getting conference or even division titles.
Yeah, sure, you're missing it now, but that's because we're not winning a lot right now.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying. What would you rather have an opportunity to at least compete, to be in the game?
Mm-hmm.
We got curb stomped the last time we were there, and it would be the same boat if we were Northwestern, but we're at least in the game. We won the division. We won something.
Yeah, it's a little. It's just tough.
It is. It is. We want to be back to relevancy. It's been 20 years since it's anything was worth the crap.
99. Getting farther every year.
2001.
99 winning conference.
I'm talking 2001. We were in the national title game.
Right? Yeah, but we shouldn't have been.
I would agree with you, along with a lot of people. But would you take that year right now, 2001, getting curb stomped in the national title game, or any of Bill Pelini's good seasons?
Follow-up question: does 2002 happen if I take the 2001 year? Or is the next year?
That's tough to say with that because that's a whole different variable.
Okay. I mean, I would take it.
I'm just basically. Are you one that like you want the opportunity to win something?
Yeah.
Or be relevant. You know, be a team that potentially could be ranked and
low top 25.
You know, maybe put up a fight, but they're never. They're always going to be top. Maybe they're fourth in the conference or something like that.
Yeah, I'd take 2001. I mean, I wouldn't like that happening, but I did do something horrible though over the week. I rewatched the 2009 Texas-Nebraska game.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was just amazing how great that defense was.
Oh, dude,
and how bad it was wasted. I think there could have been a lot done. I feel like with that offense to make it work a little bit better.
Dude,
but it was
the talent wasn't there to do anything with it though. Like I'm sorry, the talent wasn't there.
Yeah.
We had the great talent on defense because of Bill Callahan's recruits, but to be honest, Bill Callahan couldn't recruit offense. We had to hype up with these 3, 4, maybe 5-star recruits every so often, but like Marlon Lucky, 5-star recruit, what did he do?
Yeah, like he was the most hyped recruit Nebraska ever gotten.
Yeah,
when he got it, like he had some good stuff, but it wasn't anything that I don't think he ever lived up to the 5-star.
No,
hype.
I don't think we've had a lot of guys live up to that situation. Like the guys we get the most excited about were, the local kids,
Thomas Fedone. Coming from Council Bluffs. If he signs, I guess. I mean,
he should, but we'll see. We'll see. But you got, Divine Zigbo recently, like he came out of nowhere. He wasn't a big recruit.
Well, that's because he transferred from Georgia Tech. And there's a transfer to Georgia Tech, and it's just, I mean...
Obviously, he wasn't, like, in a running offense, and he couldn't get up there as a running back.
Yeah.
So, he, obviously transferred to where he could play, which I don't blame the guy. But it just shows you... just the type of people that Nebraska embraces. I mean, Rex Burkhead. Everyone loves Rex Burkhead in Nebraska. Not a big recruit guy. But he came up and he did his thing and got things done,
Despite Maurice Washington as a person and what he did, I think we're gonna miss that this year or next year.
I don't know. The talent... You always want to have the talent there, but I'd rather have a guy that's going to go out and be the team player and do what he has to do, and actually put in the effort to be successful. Like, I'm sorry, you have all that talent like he has, and he just
wasted it.
He didn't care.
I mean, they gave him all the opportunities in the world to fix it.
It shows you that's why Nebraska embraces a lot of these other recruits, because they put in the work and they try to be good. And Roy Halou, he wasn't a big known guy, but he put the work in, produced in Nebraska, went to the pros, and I mean, he made some money. He did something and he made some money. It's like Rex Burkhead. He's figured it out. He's making money and winning Super Bowls. Yeah, that's the type of guys that it shows you that can win. I mean, the Baker Mayfield. He obviously has talent, and he's kind of a hothead and everything like that. But he cared when he was at Oklahoma, and he put up spectacular numbers. Joe Burrow is another guy. He put in the work, and he had one of the best seasons of quarterbacks had in college football. So that's just where kind of a rant with all this stuff. Obviously, a little sidetrack.
It's hard when you can't really talk about Nebraska football. It makes it really hard on us and a lot of other things. But let's get back to this wonderful game picking. Syracuse and your dark horse Pittsburgh.
Did you pick Louisiana or Georgia State?
I picked Louisiana.
Okay. God, bandwagon.
Yep, they're gonna win this. They're gonna win the Sun Belt now.
You can't be a fan of them though, because you love.
I can pick them to win the Sun Belt. I mean,
Fair
it just
enough.
makes Iowa State
I'll
look
give
that
it-
much okay.
God, get off of the
I
bandwagon of
assume
Iowa State.
I'm going to pick Syracuse just to spite you, and you're going to pick Pittsburgh,
fine.
right?
Well, another 55-0 shutout. Let's
Yeah,
go.
probably.
Right now.
Hugh Freeze and Liberty or Western Kentucky and the Hilltoppers.
Give me Liberty. Why not?
Yeah, give me Liberty, give me death, or give me death. There you go.
Oh.
You heard it here first.
Okay. Okay.
Navy or Tulane. I'm going to pick Tulane. They just signed their coach to a very long deal, and I think they're going to want to play
looked
for
against
them.
BYU.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to
I'm
be a
gonna
bad
pick
thing.
Navy because they're out of my. I was hoping for something out of this ship. I needed to span out a little bit better.
Yeah. Next up, you got Boston College and Duke. I like the way Duke played. I think they're going to bounce back this week and go 1-1 in the ACC. Also, Notre Dame has the highest winning percentage in ACC football history.
Oh my God.
So congrats to Notre Dame. Very proud of you guys.
Until they back out of the conference next year.
Here's what I secretly hope because of how much I hate Notre Dame. I hope they go on and lose the rest of their games in the conference.
Oh my God.
So here's the point. Here's the why. They have the worst winning percentage in ACC conference history. Like, do you know how much of an FU to Notre Dame that would be?
my God,
to have
dude.
that everywhere?
Dude.
That would be so hilarious. Because they're not going to come back after this. I'm pretty sure they love their independence too much.
You're more likely right, unless they somehow beat Clemson and win the conference.
Because you have to
If
realize
they win the conference,
it's going to be.
does that entice them to? Because they're already part of it for like every other sport.
Yeah.
The only one they're not is football.
How does that work with NBC though? Because NBC has the direct rights to it.
I mean, they could probably still have the rights to Notre Dame.
Because I was wondering how that was going to work this year too. Because the thing is though, ACC also has the ACC network with ESPN.
Yeah,
And
but
they
it doesn't mean
see
they
ESPN.
can't. They can't. Doesn't mean they still can't show it.
I think there probably be some.
This year is probably just the deal that was cut. That's the only way they were going to make it work. And ESPN's like, yeah, that's fine. We'll get to show some of the games because I don't think NBC showed all of them because they still popped up on ABC and ESPN.
Yeah, I think it was when they were the road team, right, or something. I don't know because you never see a home Notre Dame game on any other thing.
Yeah, like that's. I mean, this. I'm trying to think of like the Longhorn Network. Mm-hmm. Was it
Fuck Texas,
right?
So who are you picking, Duke or Boston College?
Oh, God. Chris. Boston College.
Fuck you.
Well, fuck you and your Blue Devil love.
Houston, Baylor.
Okay. God. Give me Houston. Make the Big 12 look. Well, shit. Yeah, give me Houston.
Okay.
Make the Big 12 look worse.
You know what? Fuck Baylor. Go Houston.
Make the Big 12 look worse. That's the goal.
App State and Marshall.
Marshall.
I'm going App State.
Marshall right now. Dude, they look pretty solid. Mm-hmm. So.
South Florida or Notre Dame. I'm going South Florida.
Oh, what? Is it gonna be on like Cable USA?
Oh shit! It might be.
What the? What?
Unless there's like a race or something that's on Saturday instead. That's gonna be the weirdest channel.
That's a Notre Dame home game.
That's weird. Let me guess, you're going for Notre Dame.
I don't want to see him win, but I'm gonna be a little smarter with that. I'll expect a fourth quarter win.
Stephen F. Austin and the Roadrunners of UTSA.
Stephen F. Austin because they got a kicker. We can make field goals.
Charlotte, North Carolina, or Charlotte and North Carolina. Which one you got? I got UNC.
Yep.
They went up 6 spots for beating Syracuse.
Oh, jeez. That's gonna be like a 40-point game.
Yep. Central Florida, Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech.
Ooh, really?
Yeah. Triple option at home.
I'm going UCFs.
Bandwagoner.
Yep. Total bandwagon fan.
See, that's your team this year, so you can't root for Nebraska right now. No. The old Scott Frost team.
FAU and Georgia Southern. I'm going Georgia Southern.
Give me FAU.
Lane Kiffin's not their coach anymore.
That's fine. See, they're win now. He's not there anymore. Where did he go?
Mississippi, I think. Yeah, because Mississippi, because him and Mike Leach will have the annual Piss Bowl.
Yep. Just open bull crap.
I got Clemson.
50 point for the spread?
I don't even see a spread on ESPN.
Well, I'm not saying that the show one. I'm just saying what's your pick for the spread?
39.5.
39. What? Random as hell. Matchup predictor gives 0.2% to the Citadel.
Oh, so you're saying there's a chance?
Technically, yes. I'm going with 45.
Okay.
That's my spread.
Troy or Middle Tennessee?
That's our tiebreaker for the week. The spread on the Clemson game.
Okay. 39.5, you said 45?
Yep.
The Trojan men or Middle Tennessee?
Middle Tennessee.
Okay. I don't think we're going to need a tiebreaker this week, but that's
probably
just
not.
me.
But something fun.
I mean, it doesn't help when somebody picks not Notre Dame. SMU or North Texas? I'm going with SMU.
They're the same.
Like Battle of Arkansas, Central Arkansas and Arkansas State.
Arkansas State.
Okay.
Yes. You?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me Louisville.
I don't think beating Kansas State's going to be too emotional.
You would think so.
Miami and Louisville.
Louisville.
Miami.
I can't do it. I can't trust Miami. I tried.
Louisiana Tech and the
Southern
Brett
Miss.
Favre team.
Brett Favre's team. All the way.
Yeah, me too.
They're going to ship.
Probably. Texas State and UL Monroe. I'm picking Texas State.
I'll go UL Monroe. Okay. Why the hell not?
The Warhawks.
Yep. Dude, the night game at ABC.
I know, right?
Gross. God.
Wake Forest, NC State.
Think Lamar Jackson will be at that game?
Probably.
Oh, Lord. Wake Forest.
Yeah, same. Abilene Christian and UTEP. I'm going UTEP.
Give me the Miners.
Yep.
Give me the Miners.
Okay, so that's our picks for the week. Again, 2 postponed games, Virginia and Virginia Tech, and BYU and Army.
And that Virginia Tech one, what they came out with is interesting for the ACC.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to have enough are they going to cancel it?
Well, ACC's said they have to have at least 8 teams to keep going, so.
Half the conference. They need to have the conference.
So there was supposed to be a vote today from all sources saying that Big Ten would vote whether or not to play. As of right now, that probably would have been the big news story.
Yes.
So I'm assuming you would have
opened the podcast.
Yeah, you would have heard something about it by now. So I mean, now that we're seeing it 42 minutes into the episode, yeah, it didn't happen today. Got one more day. I'm just checking Twitter to make sure nothing really is.
I'm just looking around, see if we got anything. But they said 72 hours, and that was on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So they had Sunday today. They have tomorrow. So we better.
Well, do they count Sunday?
They said 72 hours from when they said it. So they didn't specify starting Monday morning kind of crap. So
yeah.
Hopefully we have a decision, but the Pac-12 is supposed to be coming up with something too, so we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm still just looking on
Pac-12 said not till mid-November, which makes me a little nervous for Big Ten.
I don't see. That's the thing, though. I really don't fucking.
I mean, if you come back quickly for the Big Ten, like we all want it, but like you already look like a chump right now in the Big Ten with the way you've handled stuff, and you reverse your decision like 3 weeks later to come back, within the first month of the season. Like, how do you keep your job at that point?
Mm-hmm.
How are you not voted off the island, so to speak?
Yeah, I get you, but it's just like a lot of this shit. It's just.
I mean, I'm not blaming it because it's such an unknown precedent. I'm not, I want them to make the best decision they think for the kids, obviously. Like, we don't want something stupid to happen. We've already seen issues in other teams. I'm just, like, you've got to stick with a decision at this point, and you got to push forward with it, and come up with like the Pac-12 has come up with a better plan. I think mid-November, I think is enough time to at least prove that there could have been a chance to this was the best idea, the best decision for them. So
so I mean, it looks like there's nothing, still nothing. So I mean.
So what's there?
We'll see. I mean, you'll definitely. Hopefully. I mean, I know there's going to be a decision made by next week. I
would imagine,
pretty much certain for it because
can you really be certain with how everything is going?
True, because I mean, to be honest, they're wanting to give the kids at least 3 weeks. So if you don't have it by next week,
if you have it this week, that would be the beginning of October.
Yeah, it would be October 10th or 16th. Yeah. So it's the thing of just don't trust anything. You can't really trust everything you see.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there who are trying to claim to know things. And the fact is, nobody knows a goddamn thing. And that even goes up to the Big Ten. Nobody knows a goddamn thing until it actually happens. Yeah. Probably. So
I imagine the press conference that comes out.
I'm like, as much as I want football, I would love to see the reaction of everybody if it doesn't happen. Like if the first part it was bad when it first came out. Just think how much worse it would be. All the stringing along and everything of the players, the coaches, the fans.
I mean, do kids look to transfer? Do they try to get...
Nebraska's already lost 3 Florida kids, so...
Exactly. Like, do they keep looking at stuff, and do they grant it? Mm-hmm. Do they grant it so kids can go play somewhere?
Yeah. I mean, the NCAA's never consistent on their stupid waivers.
I know. Yeah, but...
Hey, New York's looking to come back. Starting to drive with 4 minutes left. They can come back and win this game still.
Yeah, they need 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions, sir. To tie the games.
Weirder things have happened.
And Barkley can't move the ball.
You still have David Tyree, right?
Yeah. Totally.
And the guy who shot himself, right? Plaxico Burress? He was a Giant too, wasn't
he? Don't forget Victor Cruz.
Yeah. Eli Manning's still the quarterback, right?
I mean, you see that throw? That was Eli Manning. That's right there.
Eli Manning, better quarterback than Peyton.
I put Tiki Barber in there. Or Tiki with Jeremy Shockey. Jeremy Shockey.
Michael Strahan. See that big old gap play on football again. That's
Super Bowl winning Giants.
Yep. Hey, Giants' best football team ever. They beat undefeated Patriots.
Jesus.
I think that was the happiest I ever been besides the Ravens Super Bowl. Was seeing the undefeated Patriots lose. That was nice.
I kind of wanted to see it.
It's nice because it'd be part of history.
I'm not a Patriots fan, but it would have been interesting to watch.
Because it would be the first team to be undefeated.
Oh yeah.
In the NFL that we're alive for.
There you go. You got to have that stipulation to it. Your team could do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They got. But the Chiefs. They got the Chiefs coming up, so it's not gonna.
Chiefs they won against the Texans and stuff, but the Texans weren't spectacular and they didn't dominate them.
Here's something that's funny. If Les Miles doesn't do anything in Kansas, the only coach who could do a goddamn thing at Kansas is overweight Mark Mangino.
Mr. Mangino.
And he got fired because he didn't say nice things to his players. Like, he took you motherfuckers to an Orange Bowl.
He developed a quarterback that was like getting Heisman talk for a little bit.
And that was that weird part in the Big 12 when Kansas and Missouri was doing really good.
Chase Daniels there.
Daniels, and it was just really weird.
Wasn't that a 2-3 matchup, I think?
Yeah.
When they played?
It was
that whole season was weird though.
That was 2006. No, it wasn't 2006. 2007. I think.
Yeah. It was 2007.
It was that weird.
That was just a weird season altogether.
Yeah, it was interesting. But yeah, that'd just be funny because The only reason Les is at Kansas is because the AD is his best friend, basically. Yeah. So,
I mean, and he's put a name to himself. I mean, he's
going to be. I mean, after this, it's probably over. But
you would imagine. But there could be some smaller team like what happened with Bo Pelini going, seeing if he can do something there.
Why? So he can just leave a head coach position and become a DC at LSU.
Oh. Or the OC.
Yeah.
Let's go back to LSU for the OC.
Yeah. I think the funniest part when Bo Pelini got fired is finding out how all of his assistants did. Each position, the OC and DC both were downgraded.
Really?
Like, I feel like the dream coaching I would have is Bo Pelini, defensive coordinator. I could take Frank Solich as the head coach, or Scott Frost, or anyone. Bill Callahan. Bill Callahan is the OC.
Well, I'll put him as a recruiter.
OC/head recruiter.
No, not OC.
Okay.
Dude, you saw what his offense did.
Yeah.
You saw what it did.
Zach Taylor had some good games though. He was a pretty good quarterback.
No, he had the hype.
He couldn't run to save his life though.
But there was nothing there. That was like almost as bad as Pat Riley-esque.
Yeah.
Like the guy could find talent, but like make him a O-line coach or something and make him recruiter.
Mm-hmm.
Get the talent.
Man, like.
What kind of offense do you want to run?
See,
that's the question right now.
The thing I like, okay, I like the offense he's running. It's just, and I saw it on Saturday too. 4th and 1. Why are we lining up in the shotgun? It's to this day, and I know the way offenses have evolved. It is going to be the most annoying thing I will ever see. 4th and 1. If I was the coach, anytime it was a 4th and 1, I would be lined up in I formation, QB sneak, hand off to the fullback, hand it off to the fullback, or hand it off to the running back. Those are the only 3 people I want getting the ball on a short distance. It is completely asinine how we do not see that more often. Like, you need 1 yard, and it frustrates me to hell when Nebraska does it too.
Dude, it was that way with Bo Pelini and even Pat Riley.
It's just asinine, idiotic. You're putting yourself farther away from the line of scrimmage.
When you look at Alabama, you look at Clemson. Yeah, they spread the ball around on offense and everything and run a lot of shotgun, but they still go under center on those, especially in the short yardages, and hand the ball off. Give it to a running back.
Hell, I'd be fine if you had a running back lying behind center, right under center, and take the snap and run forward. Like, Jesus Christ. Like,
old school.
Yeah.
Old school.
It's frustrating.
Yeah. That is what will help Nebraska's offense get over the top, is when we can convert the short yardage consistently,
especially in the red zone.
Yes, like if you can keep moving the ball, you're gonna score more often than not.
But that's the thing with Scott Frost's offense; it's all predicated on that big play capability. He can't that's a bad thing about this offense. You're not supposed to sustain drives, which is why that first year is hard to close out games. Yeah, because you can't sustain drives because you're not trying to do that.
That was Oregon's problem.
Yeah, it's
because he learned it from Chip Kelly.
Yeah, so. And he's saying he wants to bring that along with a little bit of power, but we really haven't seen a lot of that power aspect yet.
No, and the bad part is the running backs have been more consistent than the quarterback play.
Yes.
And they haven't utilized it like it should be. Now
that's something I really wanted to see was going to be how could Adrian Martinez bounce back after a really bad second season.
I think he was going to come back strong. Like
I do too. He
got in his head too much last year, and he bought into the hype like everybody else.
I felt
like that. There was so much hype that was bought into last year. I think it
got in everyone's mind, put us on this pedestal, and when we didn't sustain it for a couple of weeks, we kind of got down on ourselves for it, and it just made it that much tougher to move forward.
Well, they missed the 2-point conversion. They're going to lose now.
It's the Giants.
They could still win, I guess.
It's the Giants, man.
He should have had that ball.
Which one? The receiver? The
Yeah, the
defender?
receiver touched it. He had both hands on it.
So did the defender.
Yeah. But, yeah, so we're... And don't get me wrong, we love doing this stuff. We're on everything. We got a new podcast host, in case you didn't see that. We're going to be updating the Facebook page a little bit too, getting some new logos out there. Mm-hmm. We're listed on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. We're on Stitcher. We're going to be on Pandora. We're going to be on Google Podcasts. We're going to be on iHeartRadio. We're on Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Deezer, Listen Notes. Tune in on Alexa. We're going to try to be on as well. But do us a favor, give it a listen, share it around. Share it to your grandma who's a complete right-wing person. I don't care. Just share it, tell them to like it, and help spread the word. You can always tweet me at Pudgee691. That's Puddgee 691. Spencer doesn't have a Twitter, but that's okay. We also have a...
I'll get there sometime.
Yeah,
I'll get there sometime.
We also have a Twitter for the podcast. It's at PudgeF, which is weird because I think that's what Twitter chose. So we'll have to change it. It's Puddgee. And
I'll see how it is. You get your whole name, I get a letter.
And then...
that's because I don't have Twitter, right?
Yeah,
that's why.
Yeah, that's what it is. And then... what else? We have an email. What's the... I think it's Pudgge and The Fridge at yahoo.com.
So you got that to mind. We both got our own Facebooks as well. Yeah. That is one social media aspect that I got. So you can hit us up on there. Give us some feedback. Mm-hmm. Whether it's we would love to hear that you like it and want to hear more. But we'll also take that it sucked and you guys need to find other jobs.
I mean, we're not into this to make money. So
no, but
that's
not the comments you're gonna hear.
Yeah,
or some of the random.
If you're gonna say it's horrible, you know what? Be creative. Okay,
that is true.
Be creative.
Give us some content.
Yeah. Give us things to talk about because God knows until the SEC plays, we're not going to have very much content.
Yeah. It's Jesus. Hey,
but
we'll have a couple games. Games.
And
what the?
Hope and pray that.
That was just a terrible onside kick. Sorry.
Hope and pray that the Big Ten makes a decision here in a couple days, so I can stop losing sleep over it. Okay.
True story.
We will see you next week at the same damn time in the same damn place. Same damn place.
There you go. Hey.
Go Big fucking Red.
No, what's the last? The same damn state.
Same damn state. Yep, I forget.
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row. See you at the same damn time, in the same damn place, in the same damn state. Go Big fucking Red.
Peace.
Peace.